Chinese motorcycle manufacturer Benda is quietly preparing for a major showing at EICMA 2025. It plans to unveil 12 new motorcycles and 7 off-road models. Among the expected debuts are a hybrid boxer twin concept, a 1.7-liter inline-6, and a new V4-powered sport bike. But behind these conventional launches lies something far more intriguing. Recent teasers and patent filings hint that Benda is also developing force induction technology, including a compact, fully fared VTR-300 Turbo, designed to push pressurized air into a small 298 cubic centimeters V-twin. Early design patents and technical drawings suggest this isn't just a marketing exercise. Benda appears to be seriously experimenting with how turbocharging, or supercharging, could redefine performance for small-displacement motorcycles. The VTR-300 name first appeared in early 2022 as a silhouette and a short description: a small sport bike with turbo attached to the shorthand. The engine at the heart of the idea is not a bespoke race mill, but an existing small V-twin already used in Benda's VTC-300 cruiser. In standard cruiser tune, that motor produces modest, commuter-friendly output, but applying forced induction to a 298 cubic centimeter twin changes the equation. The goal is not simply more peak horsepower, but a step change in specific output that repositions the package within the market. That contrast, small displacement and boosted aspiration, is what makes the project noticeable because it's a practical engineering approach rather than an exercise in ever larger displacement. Patent drawings that came after the initial teaser add useful technical detail without guaranteeing a production bike. The design filing describes a compact centrifugal-style supercharger mounted on one of the engine's SOHC cylinder heads and driven from the camshaft rather than the crankshaft. Mounting the compressor on the head keeps plumbing short and makes it easier to route compressed air through an intercooler and throttle body before splitting it to both intake ports. The filings show a single throttle body feeding a Y-shaped duct into both cylinders. Because camshafts turn at half-crank speed, the blower needs substantial gearing to reach the high RPMs centrifugal compressors prefer, and Benda's patent sketches include a proposed variable ratio drive, a V-belt running in adjustable width pulleys similar in concept to a scooter CVT, to broaden the supercharger's effective operating band. That combination of choices points toward a focus on usable, rideable boost rather than a single high-end surge of power. Describing the system this way helps frame the engineering trade-offs. Centrifugal superchargers tend to be efficient at high speed, while positive displacement blowers deliver more low-end pressure. Benda's approach tries to get compact high RPM performance into a small engine bay. Mounting the unit on the head reduces plumbing length and the number of external hoses, but it also raises questions about how to spin the compressor fast enough, how to keep intake temperatures under control with a relatively small intercooler, and how to manage drivability through fueling and ignition mapping. The patent drawings show Benda thinking about pulley ratios, belt drives, and intercooler placement, which suggests they have considered the practicalities involved, but the filings stop short of production details like power outputs, emission strategy, electronics calibration, or reliability data. Turning these ideas into a mass-produced motorcycle requires prototype testing, supplier coordination, production tooling, and homologation across markets, and those steps often take much longer than the time between a patent and public expectation. Benda has publicly expanded its product range in recent years and admitted to challenges scaling production for multiple new engine families and models, which helps explain why headline projects such as the VTR-300 Turbo may have been reprioritized while the company addresses manufacturing, quality control, and supply chain stability. While the supercharged V-twin in filings is a documented effort, another topic that frequently surfaces among enthusiasts is the possibility of a modern two-stroke from Benda. Unlike the documented supercharger work on the VTR-300, talk of a 350 cubic centimeter two-stroke is still mostly rumor. That said, several reports and forum threads suggest the two-stroke concept would also be force-induced, essentially a supercharged two-stroke rather than a naturally aspirated revival. The idea being discussed imagines a compact, high-revving two-stroke parallel twin, fitted with modern technologies, direct injection to cut unburned fuel loss, electronically controlled oil metering for cleaner lubrication and lower emissions, a power valve to broaden the torque curve, and a supercharger to raise specific output. Enthusiasts note the engine's expected character would resemble the Yamaha RZ350, light, peaky, and punchy, which adds to the appeal. Early chatter suggests a target dry weight below about 150 kilograms and peak power around 80 horsepower. If those numbers were achieved, they would make for a very quick 350 class bike, but they remain speculative wishlist figures rather than confirmed specifications. Because both projects would use forced induction, the engineering trade-offs change. The supercharged V-twin is mainly a packaging and thermal management challenge. Where to mount the centrifugal blower, how to gear it, the filings, even show a cam-driven unit with a variable ratio V-belt. How to keep intake temperatures manageable with limited intercooler space, and how to tune fueling and ignition so boost is usable low down as well as at higher revs. A supercharged two-stroke adds further complexity. Beyond injection and oil metering, forced induction must be integrated with scavenging strategy and power valve timing to avoid charge losses or detonation, and the whole system must be validated across different fuels and climates. Both paths demand advanced engine control, precise manufacturing, extensive prototype testing, and costly homologation, which is why, despite patents and rumors, there is still no confirmed launch date. Benda is clearly investing in engineering rather than just badge changes, and that willingness to experiment is one reason we are seeing so many new and varied machines coming out of China. Of course, the road from patent to production is long and full of practical hurdles, but the fact that Benda is testing forced induction and rethinking two-stroke architecture shows ambition and technical curiosity. It is good for riders to see fresh thinking and competition in the market. So, what do you think about this interesting supercharged bike? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your take. If you enjoyed this video and want to dive deeper into the history and evolution of legendary motorcycles, from vintage Hondas to cutting-edge hyperbikes, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to SK for more exciting content. Ride safe, dream big, and stay tuned for our next story. Goodbye.